Hello Mark, my name is Peter, and my student number is 55, and I'm a freshman. And now I'm going to read a speech, Mechai Viravaidya, how Mr. Condon made Thailand a better place for life and love. Welcome to Thailand. Now, when I was a young man 40 years ago, the country was very, very poor with lots of people living in poverty. We decided to do something about it, but we didn't begin with the welfare program or the poverty reduction program, but we began with the family planning program. Following a very successful maternal child health sets of activities. So basically, no one would accept family planning if the children didn't survive. So the first step, get to the children, get to the mothers, and then follow up with family planning. Not just child mortality alone, you need to also family planning. Now, let me take you back as to why we needed to do it. In my country, there was a case in 1974, 7 children per family, tremendous growth at 3.3%. There was just no future. We needed to reduce the population growth rate. So we said, let's do it. The women said, we agree, we'll use pills, but we need a doctor to prescribe the pills. And we have very, very few doctors. We didn't take no as an answer, we took no as a question. We went to a nurse and a midwife who were also women, and did a fantastic job at explaining how to use the pills. That was wonderful, but it covered only 20% of the country. What do we do for the other 80%? Leave them alone and say, well, they are not medical personnel? No, we decided to do a bit more. So we went to ordinary people like you saw, actually below that yellow sign. I wish they hadn't wiped that, because there was Coca-Cola there. We were so much bigger than Coca-Cola in those days, and no difference. The people they choose were the people we choose. They were well known in the community. They knew that customers were always right, and they were terrific, and they practiced their family planning themselves, so they could supply pills and condoms throughout the country, in every village of the country. So there we are. We went to the people who were seen as the cause of the problem to be the solution. Wherever there were people, and you can see boats with women selling things. Here's the floating market selling bananas and crabs and also contraceptives. Wherever you find people, you will find contraceptives in Thailand. And then we decided, why not get to religion, because in the Philippines, the Catholic Church was pretty strong, and the Thai people were Buddhist. We went to them and they say, look, could you help us? I'm there, the one in blue, not the yellow, holding a ball of holy water for the monk to sprinkle holy water on the pills and condoms for the sanctity of the family. And this picture was sent throughout the country. So some of the monks in the village were doing the same thing themselves. And the women were saying, no wonder we have no side effects. It's been blessed. That was their perception. And then we went to teachers. You need everybody to be involved in trying to provide whatever it is make humanity a better place. So we went to teachers. Over 250,000 were taught about family planning with the new alphabet. A, B for birth, C for condom, I for IUD, V for vasectomy. And then we had a snake and ladder games, where you throw dice. If you land on anything pro family planning, you move ahead. Like, mother takes the pill every night, very good, mother, move ahead. Uncle buys a condom, very good, uncle, move ahead. Uncle gets drunk, doesn't use condom, come back, start again. Laughter, again, education, class, entertainment, and the kids were doing it in school too. We had relay races with condoms, we had children's condom blowing championship. And before long, the condom was known as the girl's best friend. In Thailand, for poor people, diamonds don't make it, so the condom is the girl's best friend. We introduced our first micro-dick program in 1975, and the women who organized it said, we only want to lend to women who practice family planning. If you are pregnant, take care of your pregnancy. If you are not pregnant, you can take a loan out from us. And I was wrong by then, and after 35, 36 years, it's still going on. It's a part of the village development bank. It's not a real bank, but it is a fund, microcredit. And we didn't need a big organization to run it. It was run by villagers themselves. And you probably hardly see the Thai men there. It's always women, 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 women. And then we thought we did help America, but America's been helping everyone, whether they want to help or not. Laughter. And this is on 4th of July. We decided to provide vasectomy to all men, but in particular, American men to the front of the queue, right up to the ambassador residence during his unclear. And the hotel gave us the ballroom for it. Very appropriate room. Laughter. And since it was near lunchtime, they said, alright, we'll give you some lunch. Of course, it must be American Cola. You get 2 brands, Coke and Pepsi. And then the food is either hamburger or hot dog. And I thought the hot dog will be more symbolic. Laughter. And here is it. Then young man called Willie Baum, who worked for the USAID. Obviously, he has his vasectomy because his hot dog is half-eaten. And he was very happy. It made a lot of news in America, and it angered some people also. I said, don't worry, come over and I will do the whole lot of you. Laughter. And what happened? In all these things, from 7 child to 1 child, population grew rate of 3.3 to 0.5. You could call it the Coca-Cola approach if you like. It was exactly the same thing. I'm not sure whether Coca-Cola follows us or we follow Coca-Colas, but we are good friends. And so that's the case of everyone joining in. We didn't have a strong government, we didn't have lots of doctors, but it's everybody's job who can change attitude and behavior. Then AIDS came along and hit Thailand, and we had to stop doing a lot of good things to fight AIDS. But unfortunately, the government was in denial. So our work wasn't effective. So I thought, if you can go the government, go to the military. So I went to the military and asked to borrow 300 radio stations. They have more than the government. And they have got more guns than the government. So I asked them, could they help us in our fight against HIV? And after I gave them statistics, they say, yes, okay. You can use all the radio stations, television stations. And that's when we went on to airwaves. And then we got a new prime minister soon after that. And he said, Mechai, could you come and join? He asked me in because he liked my wife a lot. So I said, okay. He became the chairman of the National AIDS Committee and increased the budget 50-fold. Every ministry, even judge, had to be involved in AIDS education. Everyone. And we said the public institution, religions, institutions, schools, everyone was involved. And here, every media person had to be trained for HIV. And we gave every station half a minute extra for advertising to earn more money. So they were happy with that. And then AIDS education in all schools, starting from university. And these are high school kids teaching high school kids. And the best teacher were the girls, not the boys. And they were terrific. And these girls who go around teaching about sex and HIV were known as Mother Teresa. And then we went down one more step. These are primary school kids, 3rd, 4th grade, going to every household in the village, every household in the whole of Thailand, giving AIDS information and a condom to everyone's household, given by these young kids, and no parents objected because we were trying to save life, and this was a lifesaver. And we said everyone needs to be involved. So you have the companies also realizing that sick staff don't work, and dead customer don't buy. So they all train. And then we have the Captain Condon with his Harvard MBA. We going to school in nice spot, and they love them. You need a symbol of something in every country, every program. You need a symbol, and this is probably the best thing he's never done with his MBA. Laughter. And then we give confidence out everywhere on the street. Everywhere. In taxi, you get confidence. And also in traffic, the policeman give you confidence. Our cops and robbers programs. Lectures. So, can you imagine New York policemen give out confidence? Of course I can. And they enjoy immensely. I see them standing around right now. Everywhere. Imagine if they had condoms given out to all sorts of people, and then new change. We had hair bands, clothing, and a condom for your mobile phone during the raining season. Laughter. And these were the condoms that were introduced. One says weapon of mass protection. We found, somebody here was searching for the weapons for mass destruction, but we have found a weapon of mass protection, the condom. And then it says here, with American flag, don't leave home without it. But I have some to give out afterward. But let me warn you, these are tight size, so be very careful. Laughter. And so you can see that condoms can do so many things. Look at this. I gave this to Al Gore and to Bill Clinton also. Stop global warming. Stop global warming. Use condom. And then, this is the picture I mentioned to you. The weapons of mass protection. And then the next Olympics save some lives. Why just run around? Laughter. And then, finally, in Thailand we're Buddhist. We don't have a God. So instead we said, in rubber we trust. Laughter. So you can see that we aid everything to our endeavor to make life better for the people. We had condoms in all the refrigerators in the hotels and the schools, because alcohol impairs judgment. And then what happened? After all this time, everybody joined in. According to UN, news cases of HIV declined by 19%. And according to the World Bank, 7.7 million lives were saved. Otherwise, there wouldn't be many Thais walking around today. So it just shows you could do something about it. 19% of the funding came from Thailand. There was political commitment, some financial commitment, and everybody joined in the fight. So just don't leave it to the specialists and the doctors and nurses. We all need to help. And then we decided to help people out of poverty. Now that we got AIDS somewhat out of the way, this time, not with government alone, but in cooperation with the business community. Because poor people are business people who lack business skills and access to credit. Those are the things to be provided by the business community. We are trying to turn them into barefoot entrepreneurs, little business people. The only way out of poverty is through business enterprise. So that was done. The money goes from the company into the village via tree planting. It's not a free gift. They plant a tree and the money goes into their microcredit fund, which we call the Village Development Bank. Everybody join in, and they feel they own the bank because they have brought the money in. And before you can borrow the money, you need to train. And we believe if you want to help the poor, those who are living in poverty, access to credit must be the human right. Access to credit must be a human right. Otherwise, they'll never get out of poverty. And then before getting a loan, you must be trained. Here's what we call Barefoot MBA, teaching people how to do business so that when they borrow money, they'll succeed with the business. These are the some of the business: mushroom, crab, vegetables, trees, fruits, and this is very interesting: Nike ice cream and Nike biscuit. This is a village sponsored by Nike. They said they should stop making shoes and clothes, make this better, because we can afford them. And then we have silk, Thai silk. Now we're making Scottish tartans, as you can see on the left, to sell to all people of Scottish ancestor. So anyone sitting in and watching TV, get in touch with me. And then this is our answer to Starbucks in Thailand. Coffee and condom. See? Starbucks you awake, we keep you awake and alive. That's the difference. Can you imagine? And every Starbucks that you can also get condoms. You can order your condoms with your cappuccino. And then now, finally in education, we want to change the school as being under-titleized into a place where it's a lifelong learning center for everyone. We call this our school-based integrated rural development, and it's a center, a focal point for economic and social development. Redo the school, make it serve the community needs. And here's the bamboo building. All of them are bamboo. This is so geodesic dome made of bamboo. And I'm sure Park Minister Fuller will be very, very proud to see the bamboo goose egg dome. And we use vegetables around the school ground, so they raise their own vegetables. And then, finally, I firmly believe if we want MDGs to work, the Millennium Development Goals, we need to add family planning to it. Of course, child mortality first, then the family planning. Everyone needs family planning to survive. It's under tireless, so we have now found a weapon of mass protection. And we also ask the next Olympics to be involved in saving lives. And then, finally, this is our network. And these are our Thai tulips. Laughter. Thank you very much indeed. Applause.